Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be the second video in my declutter series. We're going to get into concealers today. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already, and let's get into it. So as a disclaimer for this video, I also have way too many concealers and I'm working on getting rid of them, and I've come to the realization that I think I'm going to get rid of things right away that I know I do not want, and then the things that I'm kind of questioning I'm going to be using over the next couple of months and just testing out, seeing what I like, what I don't like, what shades work for me and what don't, and then I'll be getting rid of them as I'm using them. And then I think I'm gonna come back and do maybe another video with products I've gotten rid of as I've been using them. I don't know if I'll do separate sections or if I'll do one combined video of like all of the products I've gotten rid of over the last couple of months after trying them, testing them out, and seeing what works best for me. So let me know what you're thinking down below. If you would like a video of every single section, or if you would want one combined video of like all the foundations, all the concealers, all the blushes, etc., of all the things I'm getting rid of as I'm using them. And if you would like that at the very end when I've gotten rid of everything from every section, or if you want like a rolling declutter video, if that makes sense. Let me know what you're thinking, how you feel about that, and if you have any better ideas than what I just suggested. I would love to hear your thoughts and suggestions on that. I'm just wanting to slowly get through this declutter process without like making myself feel too bad or rushed or anything like that. And one of you also suggested doing it in kind of like series as well, like sectioning things off of things I want, things that are maybes, things that are similar. And I think I might do that in the future after I've kind of dwindled it down a little bit more and it feels more approachable. And then I think it'll be a lot easier to go into like more specific categories of like finish and whatnot. So yeah, I'm rambling, but let me know what you think and if you have any ideas in regards to all of that. But let's get into it. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is my concealer drawer, and as you can see, it is overflowing. I do have a lot of like extra space around here. The actual containers are quite overfilled, and I would like to get it so it's not looking like that and not so overwhelming. I also have color correctors in here, like these LA Girl ones and my Huda Beauty ones, as well as some other color correctors. So let's get into this and start decluttering. Here are all of my color correctors, and I think I would like to start here in this section just because I feel like it'll be a little bit easier to warm up to decluttering. I'm going to start with these LA Girl ones because I don't really use these, but I do want to keep things like this purple and blue one just to have those options in case I do need to color correct in that manner. So I'm going to keep these two. I think I want to keep a green. I don't know which one to keep though. Maybe I'll just keep both for now and see how I feel about them. I do want to keep this pink one, this white one, and then I think I'll keep this peachy one, and I think I'm gonna get rid of the rest of these just because I don't think they'll suit me. And if I want a yellow color corrector, I have another one over here. As for these ones, let's see. Okay, now that I'm looking at these two, I think I'll actually get rid of this one because I'd rather keep one of these pinkier color correctors of these other types of brands. Honestly, I think I'll keep the rest because I would like to try these NYX ones out a little bit more, and I do like the Bobbi Brown one, the Huda Beauty one, the CALIRAY one, and the rest of them. So I feel like getting rid of these is an okay amount for now, and then we can revisit this if I need to get rid of more. I also have these. These are color adapters as well from Salt, New York, and I'm going to keep all of these as well. I'm going to be getting rid of both of these e.l.f. Halo Glow filter thingies. What are these called? Yeah, Halo Glow liquid filters, because they're quite old and I just don't want them anymore. I did really like these though, and I would consider repurchasing them or getting something similar from a different brand. And I kind of use these as an all-over base as well as a concealer. I have 3 Kosas concealers. I'm going to keep all 3 of them because I like to mix them and then use one of them as like a base product, and I do really like this concealer, so keeping all 3 of these. Another concealer I love is the Fenty Beauty Concealer, so I'm going to be keeping all of these as well. I think as I move through this, I'm going to end up getting rid of ones that I like that are not the right shade, but as of right now, I'm going to keep all of these. These are some LA Girl concealers as well as the NYX ones, but these are like my concealer shade rather than correctors. And I think I'm going to keep this shade and this shade of the LA Girl ones, and then I'm going to get rid of all of these because these do not suit my skin tone. These are a little bit too deep for me, and this one I think is also a little bit too deep for me, so I'm going to get rid of these. I have a bunch of these YSL Touche Éclat concealers, and I'm going to get rid of any duplicates I have, and I'm going to take a quick peek at the shades of these. I'm going to get rid of this one because it's a duplicate, and to be honest, I'm going to just keep these as well. I found these two, another LA Girl one and this Milk one. This Milk one is pretty old, and I don't think this is the right shade for me for the LA Girl one, so I'm going to get rid of these. I have these Bare Minerals Bare Pro 16-hour wear matte concealers, and these have SPF in them, and I actually did not like these. They were a little bit too matte for my taste because I have dry skin, and especially my under eyes are dry, and these kind of just made my under eyes look worse, so I'm going to get rid of all 4 of these. I did actually like this one. This is the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Concealer, and this one was really pretty, so I'm going to keep this one. This is the Toffee concealer. This is one of my all-time favorite concealers ever, and I just swatched them on the back of my hand, and I think I'm going to get rid of the shade Cocoa Crush because I do like it as a brightening shade, but I do think that the shade Rose Rush, this one right here, works a little bit better for me because it's not as light, but it still gives me a brightening effect without making me look like too pale or just like having the shades not match me very well. So I'm going to get rid of Cocoa Crush. I have 2 of the Say Hydra Beam, and I'm going to get rid of this shade right here. This is the shade 2 and just keep the shade 3. I have about 1 million of the Luminous Silk Armani Beauty concealers, and I'm going to keep all of these because I love this. This is one of my all-time favorite concealers, and I do mix shades and I do change shades throughout the year, so I'm going to keep all of these just because they are my favorite and it's nice to have multiples of them. If I happen to come across one as I'm using it that I'm like, okay, this shade is not right, I will be getting rid of it, but for now I'm keeping all of them. I have this Singular Kylie Cosmetics concealer, and I never reach for this, and I don't know why, so I'm just gonna get rid of this. And I also smelled it, and it kind of smelled a little funny, so I'm gonna get rid of it for that reason as well. This is the Say Beauty concealer. This is their like more full coverage one. This is the Slip Tint concealer, and I have a handful of shades. I think I'm gonna keep these 3 because they are the deeper shades. It's 6, 8, and 10, I believe, and then get rid of these lighter shades. I have these Lancôme concealers. I'm going to keep all 3 of these. I really like this, and it's nice to have multiple shades. I came across 2 other NYX Pro Fix sticks, and I really wanted to try this, but I wasn't sure I had the right shade, but I think that this one can work for me. This one is too deep for me, but I definitely want to try this one out. I'm going to be decluttering this Pat McGrath one because it's not quite the right shade, and it is really old at this point and smells a little funky. This is another huge favorite. This is the Jones Road Beauty Face Pencil, and I love this product. It is so beautiful, and it's perfect for traveling because it's so minimal and just like easy to pack. Easy to use too. It's really easy to use when you're like rushing because you can just like draw it all over your face and pat it in. So I'm definitely going to be keeping all of these because I love them, and honestly I'm almost done with like 2 of them, so it'll be nice to use those up. I have a few of these Maxine's Revenge French face concealers. These are newer to me, and I tried them out a handful of times and really like them. I got this paler shade with a peachy undertone as a corrector, and these 2 as kind of like an all over base color, kind of using like concealer as a foundation. I really like this. I do want to find my actual concealer shade because these are more like my all over face shade. This is more of a corrector, and I don't quite have a concealer shade, so I would like to try and see if I can find a shade that works for me and eventually purchase it because I do really like this. But for now I am going to keep these. I have this Huda Beauty Glowish concealer, and I'm going to get rid of this lighter shade because it's way too light for me and just keep this one. These are the NYX Bear With Me Concealer serums, and these are so pretty. I definitely want to keep these as well, but I do want to test them out a little bit more along with a handful of other concealers like the Say Beauty concealers and the Touche Éclats, because I don't know if they're like my absolute favorite, so I definitely want to keep trying them out to see if they deserve a spot in my collection. And yeah, I'm going to set those aside like I did with the foundations and see if I want to keep them. And I think these will go in that basket as well. This is a base product that Jason sent me from Phytosurgeons, and I'm definitely keeping this. It feels like a very special product to have, so I do like using this. I use it very sparingly, but I'm definitely keeping it. I just have one NARS creamy concealer, and I got this such a long time ago. I do think that it might be expired, but I think I'm gonna keep it because I want to try it out and see how I feel about it, because it's such like an iconic concealer, and I got it and never really wore it for some reason. I don't know why, but I would like to keep trying it. Maybe I'll put it aside just for like this week specifically to try and see how I feel about it, because if I like it, then it would be cool to find my perfect shade if I want to get it again, or just to figure out whether or not it's for me. So I'll set this one aside too, but it is kind of in like the maybe section. This is the Mi Collet concealer, and this is such a pretty concealer. I'm so sad they're going out of business. I really hope that they make a comeback eventually, but I'm going to be keeping this. It's so pretty and it works really well with their base product too. This is another all-time favorite concealer. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and I've gone through an entire 2 of these now and I love them. This will always be a favorite. It's so natural on the skin, and it kind of just like moves with your skin and just looks like your skin but better, and I'm definitely keeping this. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I really like this concealer. I think I have a duplicate in here somewhere. These are the duplicates, so I'm going to get rid of the old one and open up a new one, and then I'm going to keep these 3 shades as well. This is one for me when I'm a deeper skin tone, and then these are some extra shades as well that I need to try out and see how they work for me. So I'll be keeping these 4 and getting rid of this duplicate. The sun is going down, so I'm kind of rushing a little bit, but I want to try the Tower 28 ones out more. I do think I like these a lot actually, but I just haven't worn them in a long time. I love the Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. This is also one of my absolute favorite concealers, so these are all staying. And then I want to test out this Fenty Beauty one. I'm going to put this in the basket of like the to try basket, because I'm not sure that this shade works the best for me, but I do like the formula. And then same goes for the Iris and Romeo concealer, because I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. This Live Tinted one is so gorgeous, but it's not the right shade for me right now in the summer when I'm like my deeper, more tan shade. So I'm going to keep this and use it more in the like fall winter time, but I'm keeping all of these. And finally, I'm going to be keeping the Hourglass concealer. This one I did not like at first, and then I used it all over my face as like a foundation, and I loved it. It looked so beautiful on the skin, and I'm so glad I didn't get rid of them, because I thought about getting rid of all of them because I thought I didn't like it and it looked too dry on the skin. But then I tried it as a base product and I loved it so much. So if you haven't tried that yet, you should try that because it's so pretty as a base. And I do think less is more with this product as well, because it can be very full coverage. So if you thin it out, it looks a lot prettier for someone who likes a more lightweight coverage. I'm going to put all of my favorite concealers in these 2 right here, I think, and then maybe I'll put the ones that I want to try more on this side. This section right here is all of the concealers I want to try more, and then these here are all of my favorites or ones that I really like. I definitely need to pare this down more, but honestly, I feel a lot better about this. I feel like this declutter is kind of like a preliminary declutter just to get me more used to getting rid of things, and then I can try and go over everything once again. One of you even suggested this to do like categories of like yes, no's, maybes, and then going over those categories again. So I might even do another declutter like pretty soon, so I can then pare this down even more. Okay, this is my concealer drawer now, and it definitely looks a lot better. I do need some more work on this. I think what I'll do next is make sure to try these concealers that I'm not sure how I feel about, and then slowly get rid of those. And then I'll do another run through all of these concealers that I have multiple shades of, because I do not need this many shades of the same type of concealer. And I'll just really try and figure out what shades work best for me over the next like month or so. And then I'll do the same with these color correctors as well. So that looks a little bit better. I know I still have a lot of work to do, and this is still way too many concealers, but as I said, I'm warming up to this. But let me show you what I'm getting rid of, because I feel like that'll put things into perspective as well. Okay, this is everything I'm getting rid of. So an entire basket full of concealers, and this is not the best, I know. So I'm sorry if this isn't as satisfying as it could be, but it's better for me in my personal life, and it feels better, and it's just like fewer things in my collection, and I'm just getting used to this, guys, okay? So I hope you bear with me while I go through this process, and it's not as satisfying, but I hope you still enjoyed regardless. That completes part 2, the concealer section of my declutter series. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I'm sorry if this was not as satisfying, but I'm just trying to slowly move into this, and I don't want to like pressure myself to get rid of things just to satisfy my community and my audience and all of you, because I need to move at my own pace for myself, you know what I mean? So I do apologize though if it's not satisfying, because I know how that feels when I watch other people's declutters. I'm like, you didn't even really get rid of anything, which is maybe how you're feeling right now. But yeah, I just kind of need to move at my own pace. They're baby steps, it's baby steps. And a lot of you are very understanding, so thank you so much for being like so supportive of me decluttering and moving at a pace that feels comfortable for myself and not being so hard on myself. Like, all of those kind words mean a lot to me, and I really take them to heart, so thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Next section, I think I'll do primers, but if any of you have any specific categories of makeup you want to see me declutter first, please let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to prioritize those. But yeah, I'm thinking primers next. So I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I love you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.